Hello, survivors, and welcome to another episode of Will You Survive?
The podcast.
I'm your host, Eric, and I'm joined with my co-host, Alex.
And that's me.
And this is a podcast where we watch a movie, usually zombie, but general just anything that we deem could have some sort of survival aspect to it, and just kind of talk about those. I don't think we really talk about the premise of our show that often.
Well, you do a good job of introducing it and all of the facts behind it. I'm terrible about it.
Okay, I'm horrible at the outros, though, and I feel like you do better on that. So maybe we just stick to that. I think we figured something out. So today, we have officially finished our first series.
Yes.
We have done The Death Cure. Well, we're doing The Death Cure.
We watched all three. It was The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials, and The Death Cure.
Overall thoughts of this movie?
There was some major twists that I thought were very cool. I'm conflicted because I'm now wondering if what I thought were clearly, obviously zombies are necessarily clearly, obviously zombies, because we saw the transformation process where the person was still alive, still able to be saved, but still turning rather violent, extremely unpredictable.
Are you talking about New?
Yeah.
Okay. I cried twice in this movie.
Did you really?
Actually, it might have been 3 times. This movie really messed me up a little bit. So, Newt dying.
You did not cry for Teresa.
So
You did not.
I was so conflicted about her. I remember a lot now that it's the end. I genuinely remember the third book the least out of them because I think I read The Maze Runner. I fell in love with it. I went to read The Scorched Trials, and I think about halfway through I realized, man, I'm just not a big reader. And then by the third book, I was like, well, I've already read the first 2. I got to read this one. So I don't remember too much from it. But Teresa ending up helping him in the end, I ended up remembering before it happened. Newt dying, I remembered that. Because remember when I said Newt was like the dude?
Yep.
And I freaking loved Newt?
Yep.
I couldn't remember why I was so passionate about that. And now I remember that. Oh my God, it broke my heart.
I was absolutely waiting for them to fuck me over with Newt. I was like, nah, he didn't die. He didn't die. Did he die? He didn't die.
No, that one we saw die.
He didn't die. No, see, because like they had me all messed up because of Thomas's blood. So it was like, oh, he stabbed himself. Like he got stabbed first, and then he stabbed Newt. So then it wasn't a fatal stab. So he got Thomas's blood, and now he's gonna wake up.
I had a similar thought. I was hoping Newt would bite him. And then end up curing himself.
I don't think it would work that way. Imagine if Thomas bit him.
Yeah. Well, it's his blood. So I don't know.
He got his blood in his mouth.
Yeah, so that's why I was really trying to think of any way to save Newt there.
Okay, so with that in mind, that confused me. I think I might have missed something in the Scorched Trials because Brenda survived, and when Teresa saw her and was like, that's not possible. How is it? And then she was like, Thomas, it's your blood.
So remember the doctor who died at the right arm?
Yes.
She made this serum. She knew how to make the serum because I think she said she worked for Wicked at one point or something like that.
Right. Or they
know of each other
together.
at least. They have the same goal, just different approaches. But that doctor there, she made the serum for Brenda out of Thomas's blood because he was an immune.
So that one kind of confused me because I was like, wait a minute. So I started like thinking, were they hooking up? And then of course my depraved mind, when Teresa was coming around the side, I'm like, damn, Thomas gonna have Brenda and Teresa, because Brenda was coming. He goes, just leave me. So I'm not gonna leave you. He goes, even though you know you should. I was like, damn. She was kind of having the feelings for him. She had the feels for him.
You know, I noticed that, but I noticed he showed no interest in Brenda.
And
I feel like Brenda was kind of throwing herself at him a couple times.
He said it. For whatever reason, he was out for Teresa, and that just bugged me.
Even he didn't know why.
And then when I did like the scene, and I liked the line when she said, "I would do it again." He goes, "Good."
I feel like that hurt him.
Yeah, but it made him feel better for what was about to happen.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to do that if she regretted it. She definitely made it easier for him to do that.
I hated her.
I hated her. I hated her because after seeing what was happening to Minho, how do you still go through with that? What happened, what I believe happened, is she realized how fucked up it's all been and how horrible her actions have been. But at this point, if she can make a cure, she can justify it in her mind.
Right.
Like when she was talking to Minho, I was wondering, who are you trying to justify your actions to, yourself or Minho? Because it feels like yourself.
And then all of a sudden, everything she was telling him was wrong.
Yeah.
Or you could be very harsh, like I like to be, and everything she was telling him was a lie.
Oh, it was.
We have a cure. It's gonna work. Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't work. That girl went nuts, violent, started turning right there. I liked how they called them cranks because it's
not zombies.
Yeah.
And you know why not zombies? We got our confirmation. They die from chest shots.
Okay, because I was so curious if that was legit.
Fry Pan shot that one with a shotgun.
Yep.
Dead center in the chest. It didn't get back up.
Yep. And I was like, whoa, okay, so that takes me back to the Scorch trials because those looked dead, dude. Those looked messed up. Like, I don't know how they're still functioning. And what are they eating?
Ooh, true.
So, I mean,
I don't know.
You can't go more than 21 days without food.
No, so they can't be human. Also, they're out in the sun.
Which, okay. So I love this one analogy somebody gave. I wish I would have figured out who said this so I could give credit. But it was a brilliant analogy. If I'm not mistaken, this came from the original Dawn of the Dead. And it was one of the scientists who was speaking on the news channel. Like there was like this whole beginning intro where there was a newscaster, a reporter, and a scientist talking. Society's breaking down as they're speaking, right? It's like these last minute, I'm not even going to say like salvation type conversation. It's really just bare everything. And one of the things the reporter calls them cannibals, and he says, no, they're not cannibals. Cannibals are the same species. These are not the same species. And so that really triggered it for me because these, whatever that disease is, and I'm being ridiculous. I'm being, you ready? Ludicrous.
Oh, Luda's in this movie? No way.
So does this thing change the entire DNA of the person? Does it just completely change them into another species?
I don't know. What trips me up about that was Newt going in and out.
But that's just the beginning. That's like the transformation.
Well, but hang on. Have we ever seen another zombie movie where they are infected, then not infected, stay away from me, then infected, then, Doug, get away from me? I've never seen a zombie do that. Once you're turned, you're turned.
True. And by the definition...
This was like a parasite.
The definition of a zombie...
is they're dead. So
they
he didn't
have to come back from the dead. Unless we go into nature, man, where they're like controlled by another, or the voodoo where they're controlled by another, but they're still dead.
Well, this is a virus, but here's the thing. It's a virus that seems to be acting like a parasite.
Very much so. I mean, just
taking control.
That was so crazy. It was very wild to see him, and I like it because it was extremely dramatic. And I wanted Newt to be able to fight it off. I don't know why. I don't know how he would have fought it off. I have no idea.
I was holding on to so much hope, especially when Newt first attacked him and then he came back and was like, you stay away, kill me. I had hope there. I was like, oh, he's still holding on. I was like, Brenda could still get there in time. But I like gave up hope when he turned, and then he came back and I got hopeful again. And then, oh my God.
I mean, I think one of the things that I saw, like, I completely agree with you. Thomas was not interested in Brenda at all, But nothing solidified it more than when she was late with the serum. When he got up and you see Newt laying on the ground with a knife in his chest and he just looked at her and then walked away. I was like, oh, damn. It was like he blamed her.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Everybody
I didn't
knew
get
it
that
wasn't.
at all from him.
Oh, man, I did.
No, he was so angry that he was like, I'm going to go finish this. Like, they just took one of my closest friends.
The only reason why I say not is because she stopped so far away. It was like,
well, yeah,
it was like the
saw.
attitude was, don't come near me.
No, I don't think that was. I think in that moment, the rage just took over him. But he was very calm because immediately, where did he go?
Where did he go right after
He
that?
immediately went to Ava.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's the first person he saw.
He was fucking pissed that he just lost Newt.
God,
that's what that was.
And you're right, because I would have swore he was the one who shot her. I didn't doubt it for one single solitary second that he shot her.
See, I did because he dropped his gun. He dropped his gun and then it shot, and I was like, oh shit, he had a secret gun. And then I was like, but that'd be
I didn't think it was a matter of drop it, like put it down, barrel to the ground.
It.
I didn't even notice that. I thought he was putting it down and like hip shot her.
No, I didn't expect Jansen to be shooting her.
As soon as I saw the camera go around the back, the first person I thought was Jansen.
Did you like that that walking through the smoke that he did?
Oh yeah.
I got distracted. I honestly didn't hear the first like 2 sentences he said after that because I was thinking, how did they do that?
It was so silly. But I mean, some of the things they did with Jansen were very, very silly. Like I felt like they wanted to make him so badass. And he was wickedly good.
He was like a cartoon villain.
He was. He belonged in a Batman comic.
Yeah, he did. Especially all of his, I mean, it's classic bad guy. I've got you, and I could shoot you right now. But instead, I'm going to monologue for 20 seconds until your helicopter is going to pull around the corner like it does every 15 minutes in this movie.
I really had no complaints. Let me say it this way. I'm like a Monday morning quarterback. After watching it, I'm on the edge of my seat the entire fucking time. I watched that movie with like bated breath. I loved every minute of it. But yeah, I could look back and be like, oh, I was fooled by that.
You know what I noticed halfway through? I noticed they do that whole, oh, we're doomed. There's nothing we can do. And then last second, the car comes driving around the corner.
Yeah.
They did it like 5 times in this movie.
That was the, what did they call the helicopter thing?
Oh, I don't remember.
When the bus was trapped.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he drops the cable and they go flying off. And it's like, how did nobody hear that thing coming?
That was the crane.
The crane?
Yeah. Fry Pan was in the crane and he dropped the crane hook.
Oh.
That's why she shot the flare up. The helicopter wasn't there yet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Jorge was still trying to get
So that's why he dropped him like right outside of the wall.
Okay, hang on. A little behind the scenes. I basically just opened up the 28 Days Later session and renamed the save onto this one, but I didn't delete the ads. So one of the ads just started playing in my ear.
That's great.
I was like, I'm talking, but I'm not.
Is that a good spot for the ad?
Maybe. They're here.
Who?
The zombies.
I thought the gate would stop them.
They knocked it down instantly.
How much time do we have?
They're already here.
We should have bought that beautiful Los Angeles dream house in that safe neighborhood that Corinne showed us.
I know, it was so much more defensible, and Corinne would have had us moved in before the apocalypse.
Do you think it's too late to call her now?
I'll try. No! Ah! We should have called Corinne sooner!
Don't wait until it's too late. Call Corinne Salas today at 714-510-6443 and buy your Los Angeles dream house now. That's 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at Next Home by Corinne, or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com. Okay, so let me spoil this for everybody because this is way old. 2018.
Way old.
Way old. I mean, doesn't it feel like another life ago?
Anything before 2020
Isn't
feels
it?
so long ago.
And then this was a crazy thing. So in 21 days, it will be 2024.
You just dated us pretty hard.
Okay, let me say.
But you're right.
That.
No, it is insane that this year has passed that fast. It is December.
In a very short amount of time, it's going to be 2024. Now, here's the kicker. It will be 4 years since 2020.
Yeah, that doesn't feel real.
Right?
Like, you know how long ago we lived in Jackson?
Yes.
That feels so long ago. And it was like 2 years ago?
I think
2.5?
2.5.
Bonita
just
was
barely
not that
over
long
2 years ago. I know. So 2018 feels like another life ago.
I do agree. It's also past our 2-year warning rule, so
it is. But I just had to throw it down there. So I do like this little storyline synopsis. So just for anybody who hasn't seen this thing, in the epic finale to the Maze Runner saga, Thomas leads his group of escaped Gladers on their final and most dangerous mission yet. To save their friends, they must break into the legendary Last City, a wicked controlled labyrinth that may turn out to be the deadliest maze of all. Anyone who makes it out alive will get the answers to the questions the Gladers have been asking since they first arrived in the maze. Will Thomas and the crew make it out alive, or will Ava Page get her way? Which, I'm sorry, I love this storyline. But man, did you screw me up because she died.
yeah. So about Ava, I was conflicted about her too, because I feel like she was in the same boat as Teresa, where she feels like I've already sacrificed and done all these horrible things. If I just quit, I can't live with myself.
Although she did quit.
Well, she told Jansen it's not a matter of quitting. It's a matter of knowing when you've lost. I thought of it a lot like in chess. When grandmasters play, once you're lost, you surrender. Grandmasters tell people learning, don't resign, just keep playing, because you never know when someone's going to mess up. But two grandmasters playing at the top level, this guy's not going to mess up his rook advantage in an endgame. That's just an insult to him to say that he's not, or her, that they won't checkmate you. So it's more of a courtesy thing in chess that you resign when you've lost.
I think I understand what you mean, because I was watching one. I don't know if you sent it to me, but I know for sure I saw liked by, but I don't know if you sent it to me. But it was
on Instagram.
It was a girl getting duped by a very young grandmaster. He went and sat down, and she was a streamer. You know, she's a content creator playing chess, and she has a pretty high ranking, but he was a very young kid. I don't know her name. I don't know, but the kid sat down and they played, you know, they were timed chess. They did the whole thing. And at the end, it was just a very fascinating moment where many pieces left on the board. And she looks at the board, you see her scanning the board, and then she just looks up at him and he's looking at her, and then he cracks a smile. And she just like tilts her head and knocks down her king.
She saw mate, and she couldn't avoid it.
Can you tell me your real ranking now? And he was like, I think I'm about a 2,500. And she was like, God, I knew something was up here. He was like,
yeah, because so something like that, you start playing with. I mean, I'm not that high of a chess player. I've never played competitively, really. But when you don't know someone's rank and you think, I imagine, especially when you're a really good player, a lot of people you play, you just annihilate. So,
and he was a young kid. I mean, I'm saying like 12, 13, 14.
Well, so a young kid comes up and you don't know their ranking or their rating. you might, play, let me test the waters, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, my waters are getting really rocky. This is really bad.
Why is he moving me where he wants me to be?
Yeah, all of a sudden you're just playing defense the whole time and you're losing.
And she even said that. She said, she goes, I'll let you pick what side you want to be. And he goes, okay, I'll be black. She goes, uh-oh. What does she call her viewers? Uh-oh, stream. He's willingly taking black. Should I be worried?
Oh,
It was
giving up
funny.
wide advantage.
And but I agree in this context. There was kind of that moment where her point wasn't the kids coming to rescue their friend. It wasn't any of that. It was, this is airborne now.
Yeah, and they were too far away from a cure.
Yeah,
which that's crazy. It being airborne.
I mean, dude, I think it had to do with the fact that they're living so close to so many other infected. I mean, they were all right outside the wall.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fact that it just became airborne, and why? But why? I mean, so again, in this kind of case, this is in the specific example of the virus. This is very reminiscent of Resident Evil, where there's nothing you can do. I mean, it can travel through air, through water, through blood, through saliva. I mean, this virus is going to spread, and it doesn't matter what you do. What was the virus called again?
The flare.
The flare.
It came from the sun.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, because
I like that.
The premise of the flare and the scorch is that there was violent solar flares that wiped out a lot of humanity and then left the flare virus.
Interesting.
I'm 99.8% certain.
Oh, I just saw something. I had no idea. See, I love IMDb for something. It always tells on movies. In the background of the scene where Ava and Teresa meet in the hallway of the building, you can see a South African flag out of the window on the right. That is due to this being shot in South Africa at Cape Town International Convention Center.
Well, that's cool.
I didn't know that's where it was shot. That's pretty interesting.
I feel like I did notice that flag, but I didn't know what flag it was, so I didn't pay any mind. I don't know what the South African flag looks like.
That's a good point. I don't know many flags. I mean, I know some flags.
I know like a lot of the European flags. I
know a lot of European flags. And you know what's sad is I know them when I don't. Like, I'll know them, but not by name. I know them by sight.
I know what you mean. I could kind of place it somewhere relative on the map, but it's usually between like 3 countries, and I'm like, it could really be any of these.
I'm very small country ignorant. Like, I could pick out South Korea, North Korea, Japan, China.
Like, I think Denmark, the Netherlands.
Those are tough. They're so similar, I think.
I wouldn't know.
Aren't they all the same cross?
I don't know. I know Switzerland because it just looks like the Red Cross.
That one, yeah.
So that one's pretty easy. But yeah, I know what you mean. And then I'm pretty sure the Mexican flag and the Irish flag look pretty damn similar.
You have any idea how similar they look to me?
Almost identical.
I could not tell you the difference, like from afar. Because the Mexican flag has an emblem. I think it's an eagle eating a worm or something.
Yeah.
The Irish flag doesn't have that. But the colors, if I'm far away and I can't see emblem, I'm screwed.
Isn't the Italian flag also?
It's
really
colors,
similar?
but I think those are horizontal.
Okay. Because Germany's easy. Germany's the
easy.
orange and black one.
Japan is easy.
Japan's
Australia's easy.
I couldn't tell you Austria.
Ooh,
I couldn't tell you any of those countries. Like any of the stands, I don't know.
There. I don't know Romania. I don't know. Yeah. Uzbekistan.
I don't know any of the stands.
Kazakhstan. I don't know.
Dude, I honestly couldn't even tell you Ukraine's flag.
No, I know that one because of all the social media. I
maybe
didn't
in
know
a
it
lineup,
before.
but like I can't picture it in my head right now. I know I've seen it.
I think it's just exclusively blue and yellow. If there's another color, I'm screwed.
Is it blue with like yellow stars along the top left corner?
I thought it was blue and yellow banners.
Oh, wait, no, that sounds familiar. I'm very cultured, clearly.
Both. I just revealed I don't know nearly as much about world geography. I mean, I can pick a lot of countries out on the map. I could say where they are, but I certainly don't know their flags. Couldn't tell you their governments either.
I only know where Pakistan is because I recently learned that, not recently, but I've learned that Pakistan and India have a pretty hate relationship. So, but apparently, never mind. I don't know if this is true. I think I'm mixing up countries, so I'm just not going to say it.
That's okay. So what was the, what would you say is the most like survival-esque part of this movie? I think the whole thing is horrible for survival. Because Thomas is doing something that is absolutely opposed to survival. You are going into the mouth of your enemy. You're offering yourself up. But what do you think was the most in the absurdity of going behind enemy lines? What do you think was the most like sound survival technique that they used?
Clearly jumping out of a skyscraper.
God, I loved that.
Into a pond that you have no idea how deep it is.
None. But I get it for one reason. Minho was being tortured by them and knew what was going on.
You're either gonna die one way or
you're gonna die or you're gonna die.
I get the jump. I do, but there's no way. None of them penciled at all. There's no way they didn't break things on landing. They were all spread-legged when they landed.
That was insanity. I mean, I will tell you flat out, the only thing I can say in remote comparison is jumping off the cliffs at Sequoias. But those are no more than 30 or 40
feet. A quarter
feet.
Of the height?
It had to be. Maybe. I mean, how high up? Did they say the 12th? No, they said the 21st floor?
It was too high. There's no way.
That's 200 feet. You're breaking bones hitting concrete.
Yeah. And then also...
Or hitting water. Water's as hard as concrete
at that height. I think what really cracked me up is when they landed and they come out and they're fine and Jansen looks down at them and Thomas just flicks them off. And I'm just sitting there wondering, why would he not shoot at them?
Well, see, because that's the contradiction right there. He's too far away to shoot, but he wasn't too far away to survive. Like that's I knew people
that's a good point, yeah.
People would make that jump in helicopters, survival, right? They're jump out in a storm, helicopters going down, and I was watching this documentary where they were going through. It was actually I believe it was the same storm that was recorded in that movie, A Perfect Storm. And there were some real Coast Guard people that went down and they were never recovered again. The Coast Guard men had to jump out of the helicopter and the waves were like, I think they said 100-foot swells. Where
you're not surviving those.
If you jump at the wrong time,
and you get hit by one?
It's not that, because they're rolling. So you're not going to get hit. So there's these big rolling waves. So what you want to do is jump out when it's at the peak. And one of the guys mistimed it and jumped when the wave was past.
So you just fall
100 feet. And he just went 100 feet down and broke multiple bones. And I think actually those guys survived. It was the guys they said in the fishing vessel in the movie that didn't survive. I might be conflating the story with a different event, but the scenario of trying to time these waves when you've got 100-foot swells, 30-foot swells, 40-foot swells.
That's insane.
You got to think about that.
You have to gauge how high you are, how fast you're going to fall.
Yep.
And then you have to gauge when the wave
how
is going to be
fast is that
peak.
Wave moving.
That's
how fast are you moving? Because that helicopter's not staying still; it's being blown around.
So I was just thinking about that. If a helicopter is spinning on its way down, how do you jump out of that?
Well, in this particular case, it wasn't spinning. But to be fair, if it's spinning, you're not going to have to jump. Just let go. Centrifugal force will throw you
you're
out.
Gonna be thrown out, yeah.
Now, hopefully you don't hit the blade.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I feel like there's no way you don't get hit by the blades.
I just think that about jumping out of helicopters.
Yeah.
Like, how do you jump? How do you jump, right? I mean, maybe fall out. Like, that makes sense to me.
Well, I mean, if a helicopter is sitting still, if it's just levitating or idle. Hovering, then I could see that. But if it's moving at all, I could never.
Well, I just have a problem with, like, the idea of jumping up.
Oh, I don't think you jump.
Right?
I think you fall forward.
That's what I think.
It's like diving,
right?
but
right,
forward.
right. I don't know. I don't think you could get me to do it.
No, I recently saw it was like a touring helicopter, and everything looks normal. This person's recording on their phone, and then all of a sudden, one of the passengers like starts panically tapping the pilot, and the pilot's like, "What?" And you just see a fucking helicopter blade come through the center. It was a helicopter crash, and I read the comments, and apparently everybody in that helicopter survived. The one that crashed into them, everybody died.
Oh,
Which just made me wonder, how the hell do you survive a mid-air helicopter crash?
oh man. Well, it's like colliding with something in air. That's just a miracle. You're in the miracle zone right there. How do you
That's like
survive that?
It was like the 1800s or something, late 1890s, I think. The only two cars on the road were both in like Idaho or Ohio or something, and they managed to crash into each other. They were the only two cars in like the whole U.S. driving, and they crashed into each other.
Was it even just the U.S.? Was it the whole world at that point?
I have no idea, but what are the odds with all that space?
I did hear helicopters going down. I mean, I guess I haven't heard of that many helicopter accidents causing death like this where if
Kobe.
there's engine failure, I don't think that was engine failure. I think there was something else that went wrong.
You think there's some secret strings behind?
Oh, dude, we could go down conspiracy theories.
I genuinely know none of the Kobe conspiracy theories.
I look, I hate enough people and at the top that I could say I think there's a lot to do with a lot. Don't know if he was in that group, but the point being, I've heard helicopters, when the engine failure, the propulsion of the blades, the way the blades are designed, and the we'll call it the bearings that allow the propellers to continue to spin, would theoretically allow the helicopter to hover down or glide down safely. And it's pretty interesting that most helicopter accidents aren't from engine failure. They're from other things. There's
A bird
other
hit
problems.
the propeller.
I don't know if there's bird hitting propellers, but that's more jets.
Oh, on the topic of jets, I saw a video of somebody running an inspection on one of the jet engines, and there was, when I say the tiniest, I mean the most minuscule little chip from something, and the person was saying they put a big X on it, and they said the whole engine needs to be reserviced.
Wow.
Because of that little tiny chip that was maybe like 2 millimeters long.
Okay.
So how safe are jet engines? I mean, I know they don't go down very often.
Yeah, I'm.
They're not that common.
That's one of those things that I've kind of taken issue with when people say more people are in accidents than are in plane crashes. True, but you're counting every single fender bender.
Yeah.
People don't often die from fender benders. There's no such thing as a fender bender airplane accident.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're taxiing and you're like backing up.
Okay, but I don't think those are often.
I still feel like that would be pretty catastrophic. I don't know.
Okay, think about that. If the plane is being taxied back and something goes wrong and the plane tips backwards, right? Probably the dude driving the little fucking taxi is gonna get wiped out. Like, he's in a car with no canopy. He's got no
And
cockpit
a jet
around
just
him.
fell on him?
I mean,
Just
or,
catch it.
No,
dude.
like lifted him in the air. A jet.
Oh,
just like,
he just gets catapulted.
Yeah. Like, what happens? I don't know. Maybe somebody gets injured in the
taking
plane.
the expressway into the terminal.
Jeez, there's very few accidents that I think planes occur are similar to like a fender bender. You're in a plane accident.
Yeah.
And that's one of the funny things about me and planes. I don't like flying. I hate flying.
I don't mind it.
I hate it. I mean, you flew so much.
Yeah, which is ironic because I am terrified of heights, but I'm completely calm in a plane. Even during turbulence, like heavy turbulence, I don't care.
The only reason, or the only way I'm able to fly okay is if I sit by the window.
Really?
If I'm on the inside, I'm claustrophobic and I get very agitated. when I'm by the window, I just look out. I look out the window, and here, this is going to sound retarded because I can't quite explain it to myself. I don't understand why it feels this way, but it doesn't feel real.
Like you're looking at a screen?
Yeah. Like I look out the window and it's like, how can I really be this high up?
I kind of get that. Yeah. I don't think I've ever necessarily thought that, but I do understand that, like, looking out and realizing, like, damn, everything is so small down there.
I can't see anything. And I do realize that I do get a little afraid of, I get my fear of heights. And this makes it even weirder because when we were crossing over the Rockies, and this was on the way back from New York, when we were crossing over the Rockies and I'm looking out and I could see the Rockies and like how high up they were, then I started getting afraid of heights right there. Because it was like exemplified how high up in the air we are when I'm seeing that these Rockies, these giant mountains look semi-small. Like we're flying over these things and making them look like they are small. And then I got distracted because I started seeing all of the water runoff areas and seeing like, whoa, that's where they collect. And
that's so weird to me because it's not weird that you feel that way. It's weird to me because I would think that I would have a problem looking out a window in an airplane, but I can look straight down the whole flight and I don't care. The only reason I don't like flying now is because often when I fly, I get a really sharp pain in the front of my head.
Ooh.
And apparently this is pretty common. It happened on my first trip out to Alaska by plane. And it's just during takeoff and landing. It's the altitude change.
Oh.
I don't know when it happened, but I mean, it must have been around when I was like 18 or so. But on ascents and descents, even going up to Big Bear, there was a point where I offered to drive, and I'm glad I didn't, because about halfway through, I started getting that feeling. It feels like somebody's sticking an ice pick through my forehead.
Ow.
And it feels like they're just kung, kung, kung. It just throbs, and it's so sharp. It feels like my skull is splitting. Like, it gets really bad.
That's terrible.
So I love flying, and I genuinely like airports. I feel like I'm kind of weird. I like the smell. Maybe it's just because I spent so much time in them that I got really used to them.
Yeah.
I don't mind anything about airports. I think they're kind of fun. I don't mind planes, but now I can't enjoy it because that pain. I'm waiting for. I'm anxious for. Not excited, but like I'm dreading when we take off and when we land.
That is interesting to me. No, here's another funny one. This one, I don't quite understand it myself. I'm trying to figure it out, what goes on in my brain. You know that ride, Supreme Scream?
Hate it, but yes.
If you really want a new level of fear, if you're anything like me, go on that ride and look up.
No, I've done that.
I don't know why.
I've done that.
Why does that scare me more?
Because normally when I'm looking up into the sky, I see a tree off to the distance, or I see other things,
nothing.
or I even just, if I'm like laying on the ground, I still see the ground in my peripheral. When you look up at the top of that ride, you're just looking into the void, and that is freaky.
I don't understand why it messes me up so much that like I can look out and it's still scary. It's still scary.
Oh,
like,
looking
oh my
out
God,
is terrifying.
I'm all the way up here, you know, and I've even done the thing, you know, they say never do. I've looked down.
No, see, I did it once, and I still, if I imagine it, I can feel that fear.
I'm the same way. If I sit there and I imagine it, now my fear is looking up. That one scares me the most. So
that one scares me. I don't think it scares me more than looking down, though. Because like looking out, ideally, I'm eyes closed. They are like glued shut. That's my ideal. If I do peep out, looking out is okay because I'm like, I kind of distract myself. I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. Oh, you can kind of see the neighborhood. Hey, look at the log ride over there. Oh, that's really cool. But the one time I looked down because I was feeling brave, I did it on that little Woodstock ride, the one that goes up like maybe a 16th the height. And I was like, yeah, I could totally look down. And so I did on Supreme Scream, and I've never forgotten that moment. That was terrifying.
Wow. No, that it scared me, but it was nothing like, because I think it was all the same time. We go up on that ride, and I'm looking out, and I remember thinking like, oh wow, just like you said, hey, there's the log ride. Oh my God, that's looking very small. Okay, I'm seeing the whole neighborhood. Oh my God, that's looking very small. I'm looking at, oh my God, I could see the ocean. That's looking very close. Why? Why does the ocean look close?
I like seeing the whole park. It's weird because I do enjoy that. I wish I wasn't, my feet dangling, I think is what throws me off.
So we got to try something. We got to go, and we got to get on that sky thing.
That one scares me because multiple times it's gotten stuck at the top.
Has it?
I'm pretty sure that happens relatively often.
I don't know if it gets stuck or it purposefully stops.
No, it does normally stop up there, but I've heard of it getting stuck. And that ride is closed a lot of the time.
Oh, that's true.
That's like one of those rides that's closed like 3/4 of the year. So when it's open, you're like, are you sure?
Did you do your safety checks?
Like, because you keep closing it. And
we didn't. That's why we're open.
No, we are conducting our safety checks.
Would you care to be our test subject?
With that in mind, the line is very short.
Yeah. But that would be, okay, so there was something else. What we could do one day is, I believe it's at the Bonaventure Hotel. There is a restaurant at the top that's called A View from the Top. That's the restaurant name. And see if it feels better that you're all the way up like that. I mean, Bonaventure's significantly higher than Supreme Scream, but your feet are solid. Now, the interesting thing is the whole restaurant does rotate.
That would be fine. I think I would worry a little bit about getting motion sick. I'm normally pretty fine, but I think a slow, gradual rotation might fuck with me a little bit. But I know, I think Seattle has something like that too. The only thing, is it open or is it closed?
It's closed.
I think I'd be okay with that because I've gone to the top of the US Bank Tower and the top
that's right.
I've gone to the top of the Intercontinental as well. And
wait, which one's the Intercontinental?
The big building with the eye blue and red white logo on it. It's the main hotel in LA. It's got all the fancy ass business conference rooms and business floors.
What did you go up there for a conference?
I was there. I was actually there when the mayor was announcing the plans for the SoFi Stadium.
Oh, okay.
So
all right, that's pretty cool.
I got to go there for I fell asleep during his speech because he was boring as hell. God, he was so boring. I looked back and I was like, maybe I just wasn't motivated enough. And I'm like, no, he was just really boring. I remember it.
So okay. So I think we can safely rule out that the dangling feet is the biggest problem.
Well, I don't know. I think it's actually being in an open space because I'm fine in planes, but the Empire State Building, I did not like the Empire State. I told you, I did not like that. It was cool to experience, but man, I kept thinking people were going to drop their phones over the edge.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking these are way bigger gaps than I thought they would be at the top of this building. And then it was windy on top of that.
Yeah.
I was getting all these irrational thoughts the wind was going to blow me on the gate. I would go horizontal and then I would roll up the gate over the edge off the building.
Okay.
I couldn't. My brain was just going crazy.
This is just straight bizarre. All right. There is a documented case where a woman went up to commit suicide, jumped off the 86th floor.
I think 89th.
And the wind blew her back. That's what, 89th, and blew her back on the 86th.
87. Yeah, two floors down.
She was 2 floors is enough because she had broken bones, but
that's insane.
The wind blew her back.
Well, God said no.
I think of basketball, right? When a defender is able to fucking reject a player's shot, get that shit out of here. Not in my house. I thought that was such a wild story, but I get what you mean because I
just imagine that God just went, get that shit out of here. That's all I can imagine.
I really tripped out at that story. That one really threw me for a loop.
No, because that one's crazy that it's true.
Now, okay. This puts perspective because I think we stopped at the Empire State Building at around the 20-something floor. They stop. The elevator takes you up.
Oh, the
you get out.
portion?
You go around. Yeah, but you saw the outside. Like we had windows that you're able to see. I think that was the spot where King Kong was, and you look outside there, and that's like the jump they would have made. That's insanity.
What do you mean?
The jump from Wicked's building.
Oh yeah. I know. I see what you mean.
That's perspective.
No, it's too high. There's no way.
I mean, I get the logic, right? We're gonna die. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna torture us first, but they're gonna kill us.
I just want to make it clear to the listeners that you will not survive that jump.
No way! Don't jump from the 21st floor of any building, or out of a tall, high-flying helicopter over water thinking that it's going to be a soft landing.
Unless an evil corporation is about to break into your room and they're trying to steal you and kidnap you to torture you for their gains. But unless you're in that situation, I wouldn't do it.
That's a good point. I wouldn't even jump off of our 3-story building.
Okay, no. I would much rather jump out of a 20-story building than a 3-story building.
You have a far higher chance of dying from the 21st floor than you do from the 3rd floor.
No, because you have a very low chance of dying jumping out of a 3-story.
Just a lot of pain.
Just a lot of, if you're lucky, a lot of pain. But realistically, few broken bones, and you're just laying meat for zombies now.
Oh, which, something that we have for that reason, we have our emergency ladder.
Yeah, which happens to also be good in the case of a fire, since we live on the 3rd story.
That's right. Don't be on an upper floor in an apartment thinking that you have enough stairwells or the elevator. God, please don't use the elevator if you get caught in a fire.
No, well, because here's the thing about an apartment. Most apartments have one door in.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So if that door gets blocked, now what?
We're lucky we have 3.
3?
Yeah, there's a stairwell on the far side.
Oh, I didn't mean stairwells.
In the middle.
I meant out of your apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Out of most apartments, we have 2 because we have the window from the kitchen that we could crawl out of, and then we have the main door. But if let's say that hallway, that quadrant right there is inflamed, we have to go out one of the bedroom windows.
Yep.
Which I think this would be the better place to go out of. And I think if we could use the stairs, we should.
Now, the only thing is, because your window here,
we're 4 stories.
It's 4 stories.
Yeah.
And our ladder is for 3 stories. So it's meant for the front, but that's why we also have the fire extinguisher.
Well, I mean, shit, even if we just get down there, it's a story at that point.
Yeah.
It's 9 feet. You hang off the last rung and then let go.
Yep.
And then with the babies,
it's going to be about 4 feet.
Yeah, with the babies,
be a 4 or 5 foot drop. So I'll sprain both ankles again.
Yeah. It was a little higher than 4 or 5 feet.
A little bit, but
it was maybe like 8-9 feet.
A little bit, but it was still. That was. I'm not as nimble as I used to be because I definitely used to jump things like that all the time.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing: my ankles are little pansies. So I think that jump would have hurt me too. I get that shock in my ankles all the time. I can't jump off swings at all. Not even a little bit.
Really?
My ankles are horrible.
Do you ever get that feeling? Like, I don't know how to describe this, but it feels like, the only thing I can say is like a sour feeling in you ever eat something sour and you get a stinging in your jaw?
Yeah.
You ever get that in your ankle?
Yeah. That's like, the shock.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah, it just brings you, like, for me, it brings me down. Like, I land and I'm like, oh, and I just start going down. I'm falling.
Okay, but if a zombie's chasing you, you got to get back up.
So you just got. So what I'm thinking is that if a zombie's chasing me, my adrenaline, I won't even notice that happens.
I think that's true.
I think the adrenaline would keep me from even feeling that.
You know, when I jogged at night, that's what I kept thinking about.
Yeah.
I kept bringing it back up. Like I would think as I'm getting tired, like, what if a zombie apocalypse broke out? Like it just manifested behind me. What am I going to do? Like, you're tired. Stop. You got to keep going. You got to go. Push. push.
That's why I really like these. I think they're 5K events.
They are. I've looked
They're
into
zombie
that.
runs.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yep.
I don't think I could do that.
I like the way they do it too, because the runners run in like a switchback formation. They're making like large S's, and the zombies run straight down the middle. And you have tags, you have flags, and they're trying to grab your flags.
Yeah.
So they're able to go straight down the middle and catch you, and you're trying to dodge them and juke them and all of that. It looks like a lot of fun. I'd
cool.
love to do that.
I want to get more in shape. It's just a matter of getting myself to do it.
Discipline. It is tough.
Running is really hard for me. I can run short bursts.
That's fine.
I think I'm pretty fast, but long term, I get so lightheaded and I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Well, on the bright side, fast zombies don't exist. They're fake.
That's what I'm. Oh man, I'm crossing my fingers for that.
Now, here's the bad news. 28 days later are not zombies.
Yeah, and that's the more realistic thing to happen.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
Yeah, that's like human rabies right there.
Even this one, even the cranes
Even this one.
are.
That's right.
They're agile. Actually, I would say they're more agile than a normal human.
Yeah, they moved kind of like the World War Z kind of zombies.
They move very loose.
Jump at you type, right? And
look at the way that Jansen died. That that zombie gorilla jumped through that glass.
I loved that. I love that. You missed. Did I?
Did I?
Although, I mean, that was absolutely cliche, right? Absolutely cliche, but it was so perfect.
There were so many cliches in this movie. There was one particular scene. Oh, man.
Well, the monologues, you said, that definitely has to happen.
Yeah, that was just a Jansen thing. And it was, honestly, I thought it was funny. Every movie does it with every villain. They have to. Or they would have no lines and the hero would die right away.
Mm-hmm. So there's a scene where Teresa and Ava are presenting their data to the board. They're the board members of Wicked.
Yeah.
And one member, the only one not to speak a word, is none other than the author of the book.
It was Rick Riordan?
James Dashner.
Oh, James Dashner, wrong one. That's so cool. I didn't know that. That's cool.
The only one not to speak a word.
Wow, that's a cool little cameo there.
That's pretty funny.
I hated Teresa there.
Okay, so check this out. On March 18, 2016, it was reported that actor Dylan O'Brien was injured on set and was hospitalized. He suffered serious injuries when he was dragged under the vehicle to which he was strapped while filming the opening train chase scene on the March 17th.
Oh, shit.
His injuries included a concussion, fractured cheekbones, and an orbital socket, as well as lacerations. Damn, James Dashner announced via Twitter that the production was postponed after the accident. However, on April 29, 2016, when his recovery took longer than expected, production was shut down indefinitely. On May 27, 2016, 20th Century Fox rescheduled the film for January 12, 2018. I did not know that guy was that jacked up.
That's crazy. That was a sick-ass scene, though.
Yeah, it was. That was quite an opener.
Yeah.
Like that got me. But I knew they didn't have Minho. I knew they did. I was so mad.
You know what cracked me up? These big-ass steel walls with, like, 40 people inside all yelling, and Thomas is like, oh, let me listen. It's this one. What the fuck are you? What do you mean? And he was wrong.
Yeah. And that's why I don't think zombies would ever be a real threat.
I agree, because...
Whoa. I'll get my kukuri.
Wait. I think he's saying something.
Zombies don't talk.
Just wait a sec. What was that?
You need a loan? What, are you going to buy a house?
What do you need a loan for?
I think he wants to buy a home. Don't we know someone who can help him with that?
Yeah, we do. Have you heard of Corinne Salas at Next Home Grandview in Glendale, California?
Mm-hmm. She can help you get moved into your forever home now.
Your eternal resting place, if you will. Or forever home. That works. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime like this guy. Call Corinne today at 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at Next Home by Corinne or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com.
Not food. Oh, that's funny. Thomas Brodie Sangster wrote Newt's letter on his own.
Oh, that one made me cry too.
The letter?
So Newt dying made me cry.
That was a good one.
And then Teresa dying made me cry because I really felt for Thomas in that moment. He lost his like best bud, his right hand man. He lost Newt, and he was pissed about that. And then when I got teary eyed for Teresa because it hurt me to think how much that must have hurt Thomas to lose Newt and then lose Teresa after all this freaking struggle to save her. And they were about to die together, and then there was hope, and then she dies right in front of him. I was like, holy, he just lost like two of the most important people to him. Like the two he wanted to save the most, and he just lost both of them in the same night.
So real quick, I don't want to prolong this too much, but how did you feel about Gally's return?
Oh, okay. Summed up, this is what I feel. What?
I kind of liked it, but I felt like they had to do something.
Well, okay, I wasn't expecting that, which when I saw that, that's when I texted you. I was like, I don't think I remember as much from this book as I thought I did because I didn't know that happened at all.
Yeah.
And they broke the rule. We saw him die.
Not technically.
No,
and
we
he answered
saw him. No, because he says, "No, you left me to die." And I think in my heart of hearts, he died. I don't know. How do you survive a spear through the chest?
I think they were trying to imply that he's a strong son of a bitch.
I don't know. How do you not just have
fight in him?
I mean, I guess they never showed his chest, but how do you not just have a permanent hole in your chest?
Well, I mean, once you remove it and sew up and all of that,
like this big, you could sew that up.
As long as no major organs are damaged, you'll heal.
I don't know. So here's the weird thing. As confused as I was about him returning, how did you feel about him? Because oddly, the second I saw him, I was like, oh, thank God it's Gally. Like, I thought he was going to hug him.
I went through a roller coaster. When I first saw him, I'm like, oh, fuck this guy.
Oh, see, I didn't have that reaction. I don't know.
And then Thomas punched him, and I was like, yeah, that's right. Fucking get him. But then my favorite thing that he did, he gets back up and he looks and he goes, anybody else? I was like, oh, damn. So, like, he's not even trying to walk away from what he did to them. He knew he fucked up.
But also, like, when he killed Chuck, that wasn't him.
Right.
And that was fair. He was stung.
Right.
That was fair. Although I think he stung himself.
He did.
But either way, he wasn't in his right mind. He was being controlled by that. But I don't know what it was because this would be a really bad judge of character on my part if this was a real situation. I guess it wouldn't because he ended up helping a lot. But immediately when I saw him, I was like, oh, thank God it's Gally. Good. And I thought Thomas was going to hug him right before he punched him. Like the look, I was like, the bros are back. He's going to give him a good hug. It's all going to be clear. It's going to be like, hey, we both went through some shit. And then he punched him and I was like, nope, he's still mad. I forgot about that.
Well, and then he goes and like fully redeems himself when they were on the run after they jumped out of the 21st story building. They jumped out of the 12-story building and survived in a giant, very deep pool of water.
Pond.
It was a pond, huge pond. I mean, the biggest pond you can imagine. That was agitated water all of the time. So it was like, very soft landing. It was only 12 stories. It wasn't 21.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Not really. But
that
when
makes all the difference
all of the police come around and they're like, freeze. And he's like, Don't even think about it, as Thomas was reaching. And then all of a sudden, the cop shoots the other guy. So I was like, what the fuck? And then he pulls his mask off. I was like, God damn it, Gally.
You know, when I saw that, I was like, when the fuck did Gally disappear? I didn't even realize he wasn't with the group anymore. So when it happened, I was like, oh, good shit, dude.
I remembered it. I remembered when he did it. I was like, okay, all right, yep. And then he did he call him reckless or crazy?
He said, you guys are insane. Oh, you guys are nuts.
You guys are nuts. That's what it was. All right, we got to move.
I think the last thing I want to bring up is there was a tunnel scene in this movie too. I got interrupted by a little squanchy who wanted to come buy food from my room, my baby sister. So I didn't see why they went into the tunnel. Did they have to?
Yes. Why did they have to? They had to. We're talking about going into the city, right?
No. In the car, when they wrecked the car in the tunnel, and then they were saved by Brenda and Jorge.
Oh, why did they go in the tunnel?
I don't know why they went in the tunnel.
Because that was Thomas, Newt, Fry Pan. Oh my God, why did they go in the tunnel? Because isn't that when Fry grabbed the gun?
Yeah, and he shot the crank. And then when they were surrounded and all hope was lost, Brenda and Jorge came.
No, they needed something. They needed something. But did they go down there for that?
I thought they were just traveling.
What did they go down there for?
I don't know.
Or were they just traveling? Was that the only way that they can get to?
I hope so.
Because it was, yeah, that was rather bizarre. They put themselves.
It was literally 28 days later.
Yeah,
it was the same situation.
They put themselves in a horrible position.
I was just going through deja vu.
And without that plot armor, they don't survive.
Yeah, I was like, well, that was the difference. The plot armor in 28 Days Later is that no lug nuts got stripped, no issues with changing the tire, and they got out just in time. The plot armor here is that someone saved them.
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
Well, like I said, that happened a lot in this movie.
You're right.
Happened.
You're right.
With the train. It happened with
Although
when Jorge stole the helicopter.
The train, I forgive them because
it was
planned that way.
The thing about the train that made me giggle is when they detached the train and they stopped right where Newt and the gang were hiding out on the side.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys really detached the train and anticipated the slowdown. Also, that train is the fastest braking train ever.
That was good. It had air brakes.
Yeah, that train braked in like maybe an eighth of a mile. There's no way any train stops that fast.
With quite a lot of cars behind it, too.
With so many. It was a big train, too.
It wasn't, granted, it wasn't like a mile-long stretch like some cargo trains are, but still, like...
I'm like, that thing stopped at like the rate of a semi.
Okay, but wait. Just real quick. Like a Metrolink can stop that fast.
But it is not nearly that big or that heavy. That was a massive cargo train that was transporting hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And big missiles that were on there too.
So here's something you probably don't remember because you don't remember the book too well. Ironically, the hardest and most dangerous scene to film, the opening train sequence, which caused the film to be delayed a year, wasn't even in the book.
That's awesome.
And then we got to give them a positive here because I did not notice this attention to detail. The Wicked buses have Colorado plates, and the last city in the movie is described in the book as being set in Denver.
Oh, neato.
Had no idea they had that much attention to detail. Okay, so since you went out with Tears for Teresa, I'll tell you, Kaya Scodelario proudly performed her own stunts for this film.
Hell yeah.
That's Teresa.
I was so conflicted about Teresa. Just like in the last movie, she did really crappy things, but I think she couldn't live with what she'd already done, so she felt the need to complete it, even if it was in vain.
Yeah.
Even if it just tortured Minho, she couldn't just live with the fact that she did it all for nothing. So I don't know. I understood like why she did it. I don't think she was right, and I I felt for Thomas when he lost her. And then when, oh my God, the Newt letter, it just kept going. It just didn't stop. And I was holding it together for a while, and then it just didn't stop, and it kept getting sweeter, and it kept getting sadder.
I finally gave up hope that Newt was secretly alive somehow. Like, I was hoping that Thomas came out, which, by the way, I wanted to say this. This movie ended in a very similar fashion to 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
28 Days Later, Jim was shot, ushered into the car, they drove away, and he wakes up. So it's funny, actually, somebody pointed out in IMDb, 28 Days Later ends the same way it starts.
Oh, yeah, he wakes up injured in a bed.
Injured in a bed.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that Thomas is the fastest recovering gunshot victim ever. Maybe not the fastest, but definitely the strongest. Guy gets up, grunts a little bit, and is like, all right, I'm going to go for a walk.
Goes walking out of the room.
What?
Which I've always thought that about these things. I mean, Jim was kind of the same way. He gets up, he goes for a walk, and then he's running with them to pull the tarp out for the help sign.
Well, that one I assumed. So, and 28 Days Later, at that ending sequence, I assumed that wasn't his first time waking up after that incident.
I assumed that on this one, except for he knew like a little too much, but I assumed that same thing, that, okay, this isn't the first time that he's awake on this island. But then they described a little too much to him that I was like,
no, I thought this was Thomas's first time waking up on this island. I was wondering how long somebody suffering a gunshot victim would be out. It wouldn't be days.
I don't know, because what is the actual medical care?
Yeah, I don't know how realistic that is. But in 28 Days Later, the only reason I assumed that he's woken up before is because they were talking as if it was completely normal. They weren't like, oh, are you okay? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I guess that's right. They did ask Thomas.
They just said hi in 28 Days Later. And then when they heard the helicopter, they had this pre-planned out thing they were going to do.
Right.
So he definitely has already been awake.
Yeah, okay,
Thomas,
that's a good point.
so.
That's a good point. But I was so hoping that somewhere they were going to be like, Newt wanted you to have this, and he pulls it out and would be like, Newt's over here recovering. Like I was holding out a hope.
Yeah, Newt
made no sense, but
Newt broke my heart.
So, one last piece of trivia here that's pretty cool. In the movie, Mean Ho's shirt has a data matrix code on it. It's on beside the A07 sign on his t-shirt. It contains, quote, Wes Ball was here.
Oh, cool. The director?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that's funny.
On the topic of, like, I don't know, when you said that just made me think of the maze thing that Ava had on her wall. Did you see that?
I did.
That thing on the wall that was like an outline of the maze?
Yep.
How fucked up. That's so fucked.
Right?
Evil.
Like keeping your movie release poster.
Yeah.
It's just that common.
Like a keepsake.
Like a keepsake.
I want to remember this fondly. This torturous event.
This is where I tortured all these
killed kids and put them through horrible survival situations.
Whoa, I didn't know this. At one point, it held the title for highest grossing film worldwide of 2018.
Man, so we're watching a critically acclaimed film?
I guess so.
Wow. It was a pretty damn good movie. I liked it. Rating?
Out of what? Out of 5 out of 10?
Out of 10.
What are we rating? I would say I give this a solid 7. It's above average. It's you know what? Out of trilogies or sequels, dude, for a closing film, this one's like way better than most. I mean, I am a big Matrix fan, but that third one was so cheesy and lame. I'm a fan of B movies, though. This isn't really a B movie. This was really well done. Other than the points we've made, they used cliches abundantly. They used timing delays and and pauses for dramatic reasons, and very, very.
Nothing that most Hollywood movies don't do anyway.
That's the only criticism we're making, is that everybody else does
Hollywood.
that too. Yeah, exactly. Classic Hollywood. But as far as trilogies go or sequels, this one, definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah, I give 2 enthusiastic thumbs up.
I just enjoyed watching it. This had no relatability to survivability, because this was an absolutely horrendously deadly virus, but like I said, much like the T virus, in the sense that it's just going to go everywhere. You're not stopping it.
This was also less about the cranks and more about a rebellion. It was more about overthrowing Wicked. And it cracked me up that one of the last scenes you see is it zooms out and you see a wide shot of the last city on fire.
Yep.
And it just made me laugh because I was like, it's funny that the last city on Earth is destroyed by humans and not cranks.
Right. Always the case. It's always the case. We are our own worst enemies.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this one's already been too long. Go check out our socials. Will You Survive the podcast on most things except X. On that one, it's Alex and Erik WYS. I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Yes.
We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest.
Yes. We do have an email. If you would like to email us, it's
Alex and Erik at willyousurvivethepodcast.com.
what he said. Or you could just leave a comment in the TikTok. I think that would probably be where we would look the most. But at the end of the day, in the death cure, will you survive?